I have recently bought this rejected repaired E63 AMG-S. And if you don't know what rejected repaired means, well, it means that we could be screwed. Unfortunately, it's too late to go back. I already paid $28,000 for this car. It's at home, and I just ordered another $5,000 worth of parts, so let's see if it's worth it. And if you haven't seen my review video on this E63, please go check that out right now. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. Let's go. Good morning. We got some exciting stuff. And if you are wondering, yes, I did just wake up. It's kind of hard to sleep when you have so many parts for the build that you're waiting for. And I know this looks absolutely freaky, but we should have all the parts to get this front end assembled. I mean, I hope so, because I spent $4,500 on parts and I hope they're the right ones. But not only will we get it assembled, we'll actually get it running as well, because right here we have the radiator. And this radiator damage is the weirdest thing I have ever seen. It's like right there, and that's it, and it was leaking. So hopefully that's the only thing that's wrong with the car. That way we can get this thing warmed up. Bear with me, I have never assembled a Mercedes front end, and parts like this came from a C-Class, as you can tell, so hopefully everything fits. We're gonna start off where we left off, which was removing the radiator from here, and the fan, and the coverings, and the shrouds, and everything that was inside here. So, you know what? Let's get this back in here. Before putting in the new radiator, I forgot I bought this little radiator shroud that was cracked on the edge that needed to be replaced prior to installing the main radiator. And just as I said earlier, I have never worked on an E63 front end. And let me tell you, it is quite, extremely complicated. Hey yo. I guess this thing like splits the AC condenser from this front radiator, and then there's like another one behind everything. I don't know, but this thing gave me a difficult time. I had to pry it off with like a screwdriver off this thing. That's why it took a little bit to get this off, but it's finally off. And we've confirmed it's the correct one. You guys can see that this one is broken right there. And the new one we got is completely safe. So let's get it installed. Make sure when you're installing new parts, you look at the old parts and transfer over any kind of bolts, brackets, or grommets. And obviously, confirm it's the correct part. Dealerships make mistakes as well. And just like that, the new piece is now in and ready for the new radiator. The radiator gets inspected for any damage, and once everything checks out, we start sliding it into place. It's pretty tight here, but I'm sure I'll make it fit. Now the last piece is the radiator fan. This right here is gonna be a tough cookie, and a lot of you guys are saying, Tim, you need a shop, you need a lift, you need proper tools. Guys, I understand, I need all that stuff, it just, everything takes time, and if I could get it right now, I would. With that being said, we're looking for a shop, we're looking for a house with a shop, we're trying to figure things out, that way I can get out of this garage here. But for the time being, I gotta hustle, I gotta grind, and show you guys some amazing content. So this right here needs to be assembled. And I've never assembled an E63 front end, and I don't really know how it's supposed to look. So we are going to refer to this picture here from a screenshot of a guy taking off a front bumper. And you know, a lot of tips and tricks I've learned and a lot of things I found out when I was ordering parts, like for example, this piece here, it goes right here, right? You can't order this piece by itself if you're ordering it for an E63. You have to order it with this upper bar right here. But if you're ordering it for a C63, apparently you can. So this is off a C63, I just hope it fits. A lot of parts are off a C63. You see that W205? That's a C63. But this is a W213. And honestly, all I want right now is you guys to bless me, because I'm gonna go ahead and dive right in. Bruh, this thing would not shut up. Hey! More confused than that crow, I had no idea where to start. I started with measuring the frame extensions because I know everything is based off of that. For the bottom extension, I just used a jack and it came right up, but the top one, although wasn't damaged, it did move down from the impact of the accident. I loosened the bolt and it popped right up. Then goes the upper aluminum core support piece. I don't even know what it's called. And after that, the rebar, which was a whooping $580. Once everything was lined up, I went to install the lower support pieces and then some interesting caps for the rebar. I have no idea, but I saw it in the picture, so I had to install it. And next up was this top brace. I literally can't be more excited around because everything is lining up so darn good. You guys saw I did adjust this bar and this lower one down here, but that's all the adjustment I did. Now take a look at this. So these holes, I mean, I gotta move it just a tiny bit, but right there, pretty darn perfect. And then we have this bracket down here. Look at that right there. This still moves. It's all kind of liquid. If I just push it in just like that, look at that. Lined up, going on the other side, lined up, and that lines up pretty darn good. One thing I'm super grateful for is all these bolts that I have from this front end. Can you guys imagine if I had to go out and source all these bolts? That would be absolutely crazy. We did get this little part. Well, this is 2 of them, but it goes somehow like this on both sides. I'm not sure just yet, but I saw it in the picture, so I ordered it. Let's go ahead and continue. We are absolutely blasting through this thing and everything matches up so darn good. Like right here, those bolts, this, like that right there matches up. That just needs to be pushed down. But look at that. It's literally on the dot. Both sides, like it's actually incredible how well everything's matching up. This. I honestly don't know where half these things go. I just kind of put it where it fits and then I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So we have this center hood lock, a couple of sensors here, horns, and then we have this bracket here, which is so interesting because a lot of times a rebar is just like a rebar, but this, I guess, has some mounts somewhere. I don't know exactly where. And the sensor mounts onto it. But now we officially have a hood that closes. So let's go ahead and see. So it's closed. I hope I connected the hood latch properly because if I didn't, we're kind of screwed. So let's see if we can hear that. Oh, I heard one, only one. I'm not sure if I should be scared, but I only heard one. Yes, we got it. I think this piece goes right here. It's the only place that it fit with the sensor actually like reaching to the pigtail. So, I mean, I'm thinking this is for the headlight. I'm not sure. Ooh, on to the most interesting part, figuring out the wire harness, how it routes, and where do all these pigtails even connect? Yep, that's me building an E63 front end based off of a picture. All the parts we had are now officially on the car. Next thing is to check out if this headlight is good. A lot of times these come damaged and that's not what we want. Since I was completely missing the passenger side headlight, I bought a fully complete one with no damage. And we have both upper tabs that are good. Ooh, yes. I love it when a headlight comes in perfect shape. We got a little bit of a scuff right there, easy polish. Looks like they peeled the Mylar. But besides that, there's no dirt inside or anything like that. So super excited for that. Let's see if we can mock up this front end. On the other hand, I bought all these parts right here for the front bumper. And what's sad is that all of this stuff, except for this one here, hides inside the front bumper and you don't even see it. And I paid, look at that, $612 for all this. But anyways, let's go put that front bumper on. Look at that, 16 minutes arrival time, 6:55. We are cutting it so extremely close. That's the Mercedes-Benz dealership. And I called them and I said, hey, if I come right now, will I get some coolant? And they said, if you come here by 6:50 p.m., we'll be open and you'll get some coolant. But it says 6:55, I'm still gonna risk it. And don't worry, I'm on autopilot. It's probably my favorite thing about the Tesla. Maybe my only favorite thing about the Tesla. Let's go get some coolant. While at the Mercedes dealership, I had to take a look at this SL63. I've always wanted to see one in person, but this S500 though, this color and just everything about it, oh my.
I need to get one.
Mission success. 708. We got our coolant here, and I'm a happy camper. Let's go back home and install this bad boy. Wait, what? How can you install coolant? Our coolant is now home, and unfortunately I didn't have time to look at this front end before I went to the dealership because we were on such a time crunch, but let's go ahead and take a look at this together. Guys, this thing is absolutely gnarly. Look how wide it is. It's just mad wide. It looks sharp, and I already know that I'm gonna have a pain in the butt with this gap right over here. But besides that, everything's lining up super darn nice. We do have some kind of a, so this gap is pretty smooth and then goes up right there. And we got some damage here on this fender, but I'm gonna hope that I can fix this without putting any body filler here. That way we can just paint this to blend it and make it look all perfect. But guys, this looks absolutely sick. I can't wait. This is getting super exciting. Let's go ahead and add the coolant and see if we got any leaks. The coolant that I got from the dealership was a concentrate, so you have to mix it 50-50. So first we added distilled water and then the coolant. So confused, how come this LED strip turned on and that one turned on as well, and this headlight is not programmed or anything? I am actually very confused. Went ahead and added coolant, so we're pretty solid on coolant. Doesn't look like we have any leaks. That's an old leak right there, don't worry about that. Let's go ahead and fire this thing up and warm it up. I am so pumped. Oh, that interior, oh my goodness. All right, let's see what we got here. Come on. Oh, the battery's dead. Let's see. Ah, the battery's dead. Well, that's unfortunate. The battery is dead. Both my jump boxes are dead. And I've put the battery on charge and it didn't really take a charge. But then again, this thing was kind of like tripping out and it wasn't really doing what it needs to do. Although, good sign is that it is holding coolant. We're not leaking any sort of coolant right now. See all that? And under there is all dry besides that little puddle. So I guess we're gonna wait till that charges up and catch you guys soon. Well, I've tried to start up this Mercedes with these two jump boxes, but it's either one of them is broken or they're just both trash because I literally can't get it to start. Or my motor is seized. No, but I put in the BMW battery in here and this one is actually charged up and should be all solid. So let's go ahead and cross our fingers. Hope it starts first of all, and second of all, hope we have no coolant leaks whatsoever. We can see the level right there, and I'm sure once I start it, heat the motor up, this coolant will actually go ahead and go through the system because a brand new radiator, stuff like that. So let's just see if we have nothing down there that's dripping. Let's go ahead and hop inside and hear this bad boy start up. Actually, hang on, look what I just noticed. This is actually really funny. So whoever disassembled this car is actually one of us, I guess you can say, because I understand this language. Look at that, it says podkrilnik, which is this thing here, the fender liner. This one says bolt od siedzenia, which is a seat bolt. So that's pretty funny. Whoever did disassemble it, once again, they did an amazing job, and labeling everything just made this thing a breeze. Let's go ahead and see if we can get it fired up. There it is, look at that. The battery's good. Guys, I absolutely love this car. Come on, buddy. Yes, let's go. Look at that. Hang on. How come it has literally all the lights are off? All right, let's take off park. Yo, we literally have no brake or no lights. We had like airbag and all these lights and everything's off now. What the heck? What the? Look at that. Okay, so malfunction for that because one of the sensors is not on. Did Mercedes just literally clear its own lights? I don't know what's happening, but this is really exciting. Okay, I gotta step outside and see if anything's leaking. But before that, listen to this. Absolutely insane. This is a wild sound. All right. No leaking. Anything under? Yo, Look at this. The new headlight I put on fully works. What in the world? I remember when we had the C63, we had to program the headlight, and you program it by that code right there. That is just very, very strange. It's a runner. It is a runner. Let's go. I am so excited. It's making some kind of a little ticking noise, but it's right here. I can literally feel the noise. It's right here. That is weird. Anyways, I'm gonna open this so it can breathe. See, it's taking out some of the bubbles. Dude. Well, I don't really know how to check if this car is overheating or not. Oh, there you go. We got some kind of a gauge right here. So that's oil temp. I'm guessing that's transmission temp. Engine oil and then transmission. And now in dynamic, we're race mode. Sport plus. What the heck? Oh gosh, that's wild. I would like to think we're now at normal operating temps. The coolant level went down a little bit. See if I can, oh yeah, you don't want to open that up. It's definitely holding pressure. So what I'm gonna do is actually, once this motor cools down, I'll just top that off. And that is it, folks. We have ourselves a running E63. Engine is fully safe. This motor is like $20,000, so trust me, that was like my biggest concern when I bought this vehicle. The front end is just about together. We have a couple miscellaneous pieces missing, but that's nothing to be like worried about. We're gonna assemble all that stuff. And now we can move on to what the heck is going on back here. I literally cannot be more excited. I want to take this thing for like a crazy rip right now, but if I do, everything's just gonna fly off. But at the same time, I want to thank each and every single one of you guys for watching this video. Thank you so much for all the love and support. If you guys enjoyed it, please smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram at BYBTim. With all that being said, the next one is the best one. Peace.